Shadows of the Forgotten City Chapter 1, Arrival in Elderwood. Summer 2023 turned out unusually hot for New England, but in the small town of Elderwood, nestled among dense forests, the air always felt heavy and humid, as if soaked in secrets. The town had barely 2,000 residents, quiet streets, old Victorian houses, and a central square with a fountain where a brass band played on Sundays. Time flowed slowly here, like syrup, and news from the big world arrived late. But in mid-June, everything changed. The first to disappear was Mary Ann Harris, the local elementary school teacher. She was 45 and lived alone in a cozy house on the outskirts. Neighbors grew worried when she didn't show up for morning church service. The house door was locked from the inside, windows intact, and on the kitchen table sat an untouched dinner, a vegetable casserole and a glass of milk. No note, no signs of struggle. The police searched the house, the surrounding forest, even the nearby lake, but found nothing. Sheriff Bob Thompson, a sturdy man in his 50s with graying mustache, shrugged at the press conference. She probably went to visit relatives. No reason to panic. Alex Rayner, a 28-year-old journalist from Boston, learned about it from his editor. "Alex, something's off there. A woman vanishes from a locked house? Do a report, it could be a sensation." Alex was a skeptic by nature. With a degree in criminology, he preferred facts over speculation. He packed his backpack, got into his old Ford, and 4 hours later was in Elderwood. The Forest Haven Motel on the town's edge looked worn but cheap. The owner, Mrs. Gray, handed him the key. "Be careful at night, young man. The forest is full of oddities." Alex started with a visit to the police station. Sheriff Thompson sat at his desk, munching a donut. "Disappearance? Yeah, strange. Mary was a quiet woman. Lost her husband a year ago in an accident. Maybe her nerves gave out." Alex noted. "Door locked from inside? No break-in? Nothing. Like she evaporated." The sheriff leaned back, his eyes tired, but something flashed in them. Fear? Alex marked it down. In the evening, he stopped at the Green Oak Cafe on the main street. Behind the counter was Lisa Morgan, a young waitress with red hair and freckles on her nose. "Coffee and pie?" she asked with a smile. Alex nodded and got her talking. "The town's nice, but after Mary's disappearance, everyone's on edge. People say it's a curse from the old mine." Alex raised an eyebrow. "Mine?" Lisa lowered her voice. "In the 1890s, they mined silver here. Miners vanished one by one. Officially, collapses, but my grandma talked about strange lights in the sky and shadows that steal people." She shivered. "Maybe the ghosts are back." Alex smiled skeptically, but inside, interest sparked. After dinner, he walked through the forest near the town. Trees stood in a dense wall, leaves rustling in the wind like whispering secrets. Suddenly, he heard a distant hum, like a vibration in the ground. Earthquake, he thought. But it quieted. That night in the motel, Alex couldn't sleep, scratches outside the window, as if someone was clawing at the wall. He blamed the wind. Chapter 2, The Growing Darkness. The next day, the second person disappeared, Jack Harper, an 80-year-old owner of an antique shop. Neighbors found the door open. Inside, chaos, shelves overturned, books scattered, but no signs of blood or struggle. Alex rushed to the crime scene while the police were still inspecting. "Sheriff, this isn't a coincidence. 2 cases in a week?" Thompson sighed. Jack was old. Maybe he went into the forest for mushrooms and got lost. He loved nature. But Alex noticed, on the table lay an open book on Elderwood's history, the page about the mine. Alex decided to dig into the history. In the local library, a dusty room smelling of old paper, librarian Miss Emma, ironically, like his name, handed over a stack of newspapers. "Be careful with this, young man. Old legends stir minds." Alex spent hours. In 1892, the Silver Crown mine was the town center. Miners disappeared, first one, then groups. Officially, accidents, but reports mentioned eyewitness accounts, strange lights over the forest, like stars falling upward. Shadows without faces, calling names. One survivor wrote, "They're not human. They're from another world." Alex photographed the articles. A flashback in his mind, he recalled his college years studying mass hallucinations. But this seemed real. In the evening, he met Dr. Elizabeth Kane at the clinic. A tall woman in her 40s with dark hair and a piercing gaze, she was the local psychotherapist. "I treated Mary Ann. She complained of nightmares, saw figures in the mist, calling her into the forest." Alex noted, "Figures? Describe them." "Shadows, without form, but with voices." She thought it was stress from losing her husband. The doctor paused, her hands slightly trembling. "And you? Believe in the supernatural?" she asked. Alex shook his head, "Only in facts." The third case happened at night. Lisa Morgan vanished right from the cafe. Alex had been there an hour before closing. She served him dinner, joking about ghosts in the cup. In the morning, the cafe was empty, door wide open, her purse and an unfinished coffee cup on the counter. Alex felt a chill. "Sheriff, this is serial. No traces, like the others." Thompson paled. "Lisa? She was like a daughter." They searched, but nothing. Alex decided to inspect the forest himself. With the sheriff, they took the trail to the old mine. Mist rolled along the ground, trees closing in like guards. "It's dangerous here, Alex. The mine's been abandoned for a century," warned Thompson. The entrance was blocked, but they squeezed through. Inside, darkness, echoing footsteps. On the walls, scratched symbols, circles, lines, like runes. Alex photographed them. Suddenly, a rustle, like steps in the depths. "Who's there?" shouted the sheriff. Silence. They scrambled out, hearts pounding. "You imagined it," said Thompson, but his voice shook. That night, Alex studied the symbol photos. He sent them to a colleague in Boston, a folklore expert. The reply came quick, similar to ancient Narragansett Indian rituals. Legends of shadows from another world, stealing souls for balance. Be careful, it could be a cult. Chapter 3, Shadows Draw Closer. The fourth disappearance, Timmy Johnson, the 14-year-old son of the mayor. The boy vanished from his room, window open, but on the second floor, no ladder. The town in panic. A meeting at the church, people shouted, accusing outsiders, even Alex. "You brought trouble," someone yelled. Dr. Kane calmed, "This isn't paranormal. Maybe a kidnapper using hypnosis or drugs." But her eyes were frightened. Alex suspected the doctor, she was too calm. At night, he watched her house. At midnight, she left, throwing on a cloak, and headed into the forest. Alex followed, heart pounding. Mist thickened, branches snagged at his clothes. Suddenly, a faint light at the mine. The doctor stood there, muttering, "They call. One more, and the ritual ends." Nearby, a figure in a hood. "Yes, soon," the shadow replied. Alex stepped back, but a branch cracked. The figure turned, face hidden in shadow. Alex ran, adrenaline surging. In the motel, he locked himself in, breathing hard. A conspiracy. The doctor's in it. In the morning, he told the sheriff. Elizabeth? Impossible. She helped everyone. But they drove to her place. Door open, inside empty. The doctor had vanished. On the table, a diary, the shadows promise eternal life. The mine is a portal to their world. The price, souls. I can't stop. Alex gasped. It's not humans kidnapping. Something strange. The fifth disappearance, the Mayor Johnson. Found in his office, chair overturned, but no body. The town on the brink of chaos. Alex realized, all victims connected. Mary lost her husband in the mine, flashback, 2022 accident. But suspicious, Jack sold artifacts from the mine, Lisa saw lights, Timmy played at the entrance, the mayor sealed the mine, the doctor treated their dreams. Alex gathered his things and descended into the mine alone. Flashlight, rope, knife. Tunnels branched, air stale. Deeper, the hum grew, symbols glowing phosphorescently. A scream echoed. Alex ran. In a huge cavern, a circle of people, Mary, Jack, Lisa, Timmy, Mayor, Doctor. Eyes glassy, like in a trance. In the center, a being, tall, gray skin, glowing eyes. You've come, Seeker, it hissed in a voice like wind in a tunnel. Chapter 4, Heart of Darkness. Alex froze. Who are you? What have you done to them? The being approached, its skin shimmering like oil on water. We are the guardians of the threshold. From ancient times, we guard the balance between worlds. Your town is built on a rift, a portal. Every century, we take souls to seal it. Otherwise, chaos erupts. Alex backed away. Kidnapping? You're stealing people. Not stealing. Summoning. Their dreams, our call. Mary sought peace after loss, Jack, knowledge, Lisa, adventure. They came willingly. But Alex saw fear in Lisa's eyes, she blinked, like a signal. Lies. You manipulate. Release them. He grabbed a rock, hurled it. The being hissed, shadows reached out. Alex lunged for Lisa, grabbed her hand. Run. They dashed through tunnels, the being pursuing, hum intensifying. They burst to the surface. Lisa gasped, they, in my head, calling back. Alex called the sheriff. In the mine, monsters. They're holding everyone. Thompson with a squad descended. But the cavern empty, only symbols. Where are they? Asked the sheriff. Alex turned, Lisa gone again. The portal, it took them. Chapter 5, Echoes of Shadows. The town emptied, people fled. Alex wrote the article, but the editor didn't believe, too fantastical. But in Alex's pocket, a shard of symbol, glowing at night. He heard the call. The intrigue wasn't over, the shadows waited for the next.